In a world that loves to be busy, what if the greatest strength was learning to be still? It sounds a little strange, doesn't it? Well, in a bustling village of busy bunnies, there lived one who was known for doing almost nothing at all. And, as it turned out, he was the only one who could save them. Deep in a sun-dappled forest was the village of Warrensworth. Here, the bunnies believed one thing: a busy bunny is a good bunny. From morning until night, the rabbits of Warrensworth hopped and worked, gathering and building. Their days were a flurry of activity, as each one raced to be the most productive. To them, hard work wasn't just something you do, it was who you were. And then there was Benny. While other bunnies showed off how tired they were, Benny preferred the soft grass under a shady willow tree. But he wasn't truly being idle. His mind was always working, just in a way the others didn't understand. He watched the wind, tracked the sun's path, and studied the world around him. To the others, he was simply Benny the Lazy. A grumpy, hyperactive squirrel named Spike made sure everyone knew it. "Look at him, just lounging," Spike would chatter. "You'll never help us with your slow ways." But Benny would just smile, with a calm, knowing look in his eye. One morning, a dreadful silence fell over Warrensworth. The happy sound of the Great Aqueduct, the wonderful wooden waterway that brought life-giving water down from the mountain, had stopped. A feeling of panic spread through the village. Soon the berry fields would dry up, and the village well would be empty. The aqueduct, their greatest achievement of hard work, was broken. The village elders gathered, their faces full of worry. This was a terrible problem, one that seemed to need a huge amount of effort to fix. Immediately, the hard-working bunnies did what they knew best. They sprang into action. They formed teams to push against the giant water wheel. They started digging parties to clear the channel, though it was already empty. They argued and scurried about, but their efforts were messy and didn't help at all. Spike the squirrel was the busiest of them all, darting back and forth, shouting orders that just made everyone more panicked. Amid all the noise, Benny did something strange. He took a slow, quiet walk. Starting from the dry village, he followed the wooden aqueduct all the way up the winding mountain path. He didn't carry any tools or give any orders. He just looked, and he listened. He placed a paw on the sun-warmed wood, feeling for even the tiniest vibrations. He watched the birds that nested nearby. Spike, seeing Benny's calm stroll, scoffed loudly. "Look at him, taking a nice walk while our village is in trouble." The other bunnies, tired and frustrated, nodded. Benny's calmness felt like he didn't even care. But Benny paid them no mind. He was piecing together a puzzle that only he could see. Hours later, as the sun began to set, Benny returned. The other bunnies were exhausted, no closer to an answer. They expected Benny to just shrug, but instead, he spoke with quiet confidence. "The problem isn't the wheel," he announced. "And it isn't the channel. The problem is much, much smaller." He explained what he had noticed. Far up the mountain, right near the spring, he saw something tiny that everyone else had missed. A single, smooth river stone, no bigger than a robin's egg, had gotten stuck in the gears that opened the main gate. The other bunnies had been trying to fix the result of the problem, the stopped wheel, instead of finding the real cause. He proposed a lazy solution. "We don't need to push or dig," he said. "We just need one bunny with a steady paw and a long, thin branch to go and poke that little stone free." The elders were stunned. It seemed too simple, too easy. But they had tried everything else. A young, quick bunny was chosen, and with Benny's careful directions, she hurried up the path. She found the gear, the tiny stone, and with a gentle nudge from her branch, it popped out. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, a deep groan echoed from the mountain. The giant wheel began to turn, and with a triumphant surge, water came rushing down the channel once more. A happy cheer erupted in Warrensworth. The bunnies, who had been too tired to even move, were now hopping and splashing in the cool, clean water. They looked at Benny, not with judgment, but with respect. They were beginning to understand. His laziness wasn't laziness at all. It was an observation. It was thinking. It was wisdom. Spike the squirrel walked over to Benny, his usual twitchiness gone. He looked at the ground, embarrassed. "I was wrong, Benny," he mumbled. "Your slowness wasn't a weakness. It was your strength." The village elder, wiping water from his whiskers, placed a paw on Benny's shoulder. "You have taught us a great lesson today," he announced to everyone. "We always thought that effort was measured by how tired we are. But Benny has shown us that the greatest effort is sometimes just in our thoughts. From now on, let's remember to work smart, not just hard." From that day forward, things in Warrensworth changed. The bunnies still worked hard, but they also took time to rest, to think, and to see the world around them. They learned that being productive isn't always about being busy. Benny's story teaches us that sometimes, the most powerful solutions come when we have the courage to be still and think in a new way. Every challenge gives us a chance to grow, and often, it is quiet, clever thinking, not just busy work that saves the day. If you liked Benny's calm and clever story, feel free to share it with friends who might need a little reminder to slow down. Thank you for listening. Stay clever and brave, and I will see you next time.